Welcome back to the Lone Arranger Radio Show. I'm Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, and yes, I am the Lone Arranger. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really enjoying this weather we're having, and I hope you are too. But in the meantime, what a great time to go out and look at a house. It's a buyer's opportunity. There's 3.5 homes on the market for every buyer. And that gives buyers a huge opportunity to negotiate. I mean, it's just a massive opportunity. So great way to get out and negotiate. By the way, if you are looking to purchase a home, I want to tell you a couple things. First of all, you got an opportunity to negotiate closing costs and possibly even price reduction and repairs. Don't try to negotiate price reduction and closing costs. Oftentimes it doesn't work and you just get pushed out of the deal. I will show you the best way to negotiate. When I negotiate a purchase transaction, I generally come in relatively high on the purchase price. Now, here's why I do that. I come in a little higher on the purchase price, not overprice, but I come in as high as possible. The reason for that is I don't want any other offers to come in over mine. I want to be the one that's dealing with the seller. Now, I typically ask for as much closing costs as I can get based on the type of loan that I'm applying for. So, for instance, FHA, VA, you can get 6% from the seller. Conventional, you can get 3%. If you're putting down more than 10% down, you can get 6%. Now, some of you don't need 6%, but here's what I'm doing for my clients. We get the closing costs paid. We go under contract pretty close to full price. But let's just say you're buying a house for $400,000. Okay. You're buying a house for $400,000 and you can get up to $24,000 in closing costs. Now, $24,000 in closing costs on a $400,000 house is more than the closing costs would typically be. But listen to this. I take those closing costs that the seller's paying and I get your rate down so low that you'll never need to refinance. And here's the benefit of that. Why not have the seller pay them now so you don't have to come back to me later and refinance? Now, listen, I know that's a bad business decision on my part. I should be encouraging you to come back and refinance. But if I can set you up from day one, you'll never need to refinance again. Isn't that the right way to do it? And it allows me to buy it down. I got a client right now that we bought their rate down to 4.99%. They'll never need to refi again. And to refi a $450,000 house is going to cost you $8,000 to $10,000. So don't do it. Let me show you how to do it right. Now, I come in high on my price. I get as much as I can in closing costs. Then I do the home inspection and I do the appraisal. And then anything comes back, I then renegotiate from there. Again, let me show you how I do it. I will guarantee you my skills on negotiating real estate transactions is probably better than yours. Let me help you. I don't do it. I don't charge you for that advice. You get all this free stuff when you come to me for a mortgage and you get a great mortgage. Now, here's something else. You want to know what else you can do? You want to make a little bit more money? You got a real estate license? Oh, you don't? Well, how would you like to get part of the realtor's commission back? I can show you how to do that. You use the Lone Arranger Real Estate Rebate Program. Listen to me. I know it's a mouthful. It's called the Lone Arranger Real Estate Rebate Program. Here's what I do. I connect you with a vetted realtor of mine. Vetted, meaning that I've done business with them. I know how they negotiate. I know how they do everything. I know how they return phone calls. I know how good they are from soup to nuts. And believe me, I'm picky about my realtors, very picky. So I connect you with one of them. They give you up to 25% of their commission back so you can use it towards closing costs. How do you like that? It's a win-win. Tampa Bay, 813-213-4009, 813-213-4009. For all my boner friends out there, appreciate you listening to me on the bone. I love that Tampa Bay area, getting a lot of refis and purchases, Palm Harbor all the way down to Cape Coral, Tampa, Bradenton, Brandon, even over in Lakeland, Wesley Chapel, I mean, golly, man, I just love that area over there. You guys are killing it. What a beautiful area. And then my Orlando office. So I got Orlando, Winter Park, Longwood, Lake Mary, Altamont Springs, Lake Nona, all the way over to Daytona Beach, then all the way up to St. Augustine. And better still, I lend in all 50 states. So it doesn't really matter where you are. You can use my Orlando number. You can use my Tampa Bay number. You can use my office number. Here you go. Orlando, 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. Or go to my website right now at webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. You're going to get the best mortgage. You're going to get the best rate. You're going to get the lowest possible cost. You're going to get unbelievable advice. You're going to get a real estate agent that I'll refer you to. I mean, is there really, what more do you need? Now, you could be convinced by one of these fast talking real estate companies to convince you to use them because you don't have to list your home and you get no buyers and it's all shenanigans. But you can try that. But I'm going to tell you something. You come to me, I'll get you a better realtor. I'll get you better transaction. You should listen to the interview that I did with one of my clients that hired one of those companies that we can close in as little as 21 days, no showings. You don't need, you don't have to clean the house up. You don't have to make repairs. And let me tell you something. I want you to try them, and then I want you to call me back and tell me how your experience was, because my client that I just closed, holy moly, she couldn't wait to get on the radio and tell my listeners what her experience was. And I don't want her to say the name because they advertise on the same stations that I'm on right now. So we got to be careful about that. And you know what? I don't like bad mouthing people. I just want you to know the truth. Truth is, if it sounds too good to be true, you know what your mama told you. So, all right. I was talking about buyers and their opportunities. Now I want to talk about first-time home buyers and your opportunities. So listen, first-time home buyers, interest rates have come down, so they're very attractive. I also have down payment assistance programs. If you're suffering to come up with your down payment and you're stuck in that vicious rent, you need some help. I can get you Hometown Heroes. I can get you other down payment assistance programs. You don't need to fret about not having any money. Now, everyone should have a little bit of money. You should have at least $1,000 to put toward a mortgage transaction. Okay. You got to put a deposit down on the house. You got to pay for an appraisal. Other than that, we can put all the rest of it in the down payment assistance, or even better, we'll get the seller to pay it. You get the seller to pay it, you might avoid down payment assistance. Why would you want to avoid down payment assistance? Well, a lot of them come with penalties where you have to pay the money back if you refinance. So, like Florida bond program, do you know that you always have to pay the money back? So they give you $10,000, but if you sell the house, rent the house, or pay the house off, you pay the money back. And that's not horrible. I mean, you still got the money interest free, but there are drawbacks to that. And some of the drawbacks is that people that want to refinance in the future may not have the money to refinance and pay the down payment assistance off. So we look at it and we tell you, yeah, this is your option. If you go down payment assistance, this is your option. Why don't we look at getting the seller to pick up the closing costs and make it easier? And you can get a better interest rate. Oh, by the way, you go down payment assistance, you can't buy your rate down. You can't even have the seller buy your rate down because DPA, down payment assistance, sets the rate. Are you interested? You want to know more? You want me to help educate you? You want some help? You want a real estate agent? You want to get the best possible deal when it comes to buying that home? Then you hook up with a good real estate agent. The problem with most people is you don't know a good real estate agent from a bad one because you can't look at one and tell. And I don't really mean a bad one. I don't see a lot of bad realtors. I see some, but I don't see a great deal of bad ones. What I do see is realtors that are really nice, that don't know how to properly negotiate for their client. And you know what? The problem is when you pick your realtor and I see that they're leaving money on the table for you, I can't tell you that. I can't say anything. I can't say it. You picked them. You picked them. I can't help you fix it. If you have me pick them, I'll fix it, because if they're screwing something up, you know who they're going to hear from. They're going to hear from me. And by God, my realtor, I refer a deal to them. They better take damn good care of my client. Really good care of my client. That's you. 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. Thinking about refinancing? Give me a call. Let's talk about it. Let's see if now's the right time. Here's what I did. I created a list of potential refinances. All of you have been getting on my list. There's 500 and some odd people on my list to refinance. I've refinanced about 100 of you. There's about 400 that I'm putting on the sidelines, and just to see if it gets a little bit better for you. Why? Not because other people shouldn't have refinanced, but you may not see the benefit just yet. And don't let anybody talk you into doing it. If I tell you don't do it, I'm telling you don't do it. Then you can go do whatever the hell you want. But if I tell you don't do it, it's not because I'm making money by telling you not to get a mortgage. You can count on that. So listen, there are opportunities, but I think that a lot of people miss those opportunities. Right now, I'm buying property. I've got investors out looking at property. I can get a deal right now. Since there's 3.5 homes to every one buyer, I can pick up a deal. And all you first-time home buyers, if you don't get off your butt and do it now, you're going to get a mean, nasty surprise, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to wait for rates, and I'm going to wait for rates to hit 5.5%. Well, they're probably not going to hit 5.5. They may hit 5.75 if we're lucky, maybe mid-year next year. But if they do, I want you to think about this. If there are, let's just say 10 buyers that want to buy right now, but only 2 are willing to jump in the market, when rates drop, all 10 jump in. And now there's not 3.5 homes for every buyer. There's 3.5 buyers for every home. And you lose all the way around. The sellers are going to win. Right now, the sellers are paying the price. The buyers are getting the deals. So why would you wait? Call me now. Just, write my number down. Put it in your phone. My name's the Loan Arranger, Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or WeBringYouHome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loan Arranger Show. Do not go anywhere. I got more important things to talk about, and you need to take note. This is going to save you money. We're also going to talk about some scams that are going on in the industry. So I'll be right back.